Costco employees are trained to watch for one specific thing you do with your cart, and if they catch it, you're flagged in their system immediately. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Most of us believe Costco is the last safe haven for the American middle class. But in 2026, that trust is being used against you. Behind the legend of the $1.50 hot dog lies a corporate strategy designed to track your biology, gamble with your health, and drain your wallet. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the 9 shocking betrayals that every Costco member is currently unaware of. From the federal Category 3 warnings hidden in the kitchen to the biometric scanners at the entrance, we are exposing the truth that the golden arches of retail doesn't want you to see. If you think your membership is still a deal, you need to see what's really happening behind the label. Number 1, the social contract smoke screen. We've all heard the legend of the $1.50 hot dog, the famous quarter-pound Frankfurter and soda combo that hasn't seen a single penny increase since 1985. In a world where a cup of coffee now costs $5, the $1.50 hot dog feels like a miracle. It's the ultimate symbol of Costco's social contract with the American middle class. Legend tells us that when former executives suggested raising the price to cover inflation, co-founder Jim Sinegal looked the CEO dead in the eyes and threatened his life. It's a story we love to repeat because it makes us feel like someone is finally on our side. And the numbers back up the legend. Costco sells over 200 million of these combos every year, losing significant money on every single. But as we move into 2026, that hot dog is starting to feel less like a gift and more like a high-calorie smokescreen designed to distract you from a much darker reality happening just a few aisles away. In fact, that distraction is so effective, you probably haven't noticed that the very floor you're walking on was designed to trap you in a psychological loop, and it starts the moment you try to find the milk. Number 2, calculated confusion. The Racetrack. Imagine walking into a building where every single step has been pre-calculated by a team of behavioral scientists. Most of us think we're in control of our shopping list, but at Costco, the freedom to choose is a carefully constructed illusion. Have you ever noticed something strange about the walls? There are no aisle signs. In a standard grocery store, you can look up and see cereal or pet food. At Costco, you are intentionally left in the dark. This isn't an oversight. It's a tactic known as calculated confusion. The warehouse follows a racetrack layout, one giant loop that forces you to walk past the 85-inch televisions, the seasonal kayaks, and the diamond rings before you can ever reach the staples. By removing signs and constantly shuffling inventory, Costco transforms a 20-minute errand into a 40-minute treasure hunt. This engineered wandering is designed to trigger decision fatigue. By the time you actually find the bread you came for, your brain is tired of making choices, which makes you significantly more likely to impulsively toss a 3-pack of giant teddy bears into your cart. Studies show that shoppers who cannot find their items quickly spend up to 30% more. You think you're exploring? Costco knows you're being processed, but the Racetrack is just about moving your body. What's truly terrifying is what they are doing to the food they place at the end of that track. Specifically, the one item 137 million people buy without a second thought, unaware of the federal warning labels hidden behind the kitchen doors. Number 3, the $4.99 health gamble. There is a secret currently sitting in the back of almost every Costco warehouse in America, a product so famous it has its own fan clubs, yet so controversial it has become the subject of a federal investigation. Nowhere is the Costco deal more iconic than at the rotisserie chicken station. At $4.99, these 3-pound birds are a staple of the American diet. Costco loses an estimated $40 million a year on these chickens just to keep that price point fixed. But behind the label, the true cost of that chicken isn't measured in dollars, it's measured in safety. In late 2025, federal reports sent shockwaves through the industry when it was revealed that Costco's massive $450 million poultry plant in Nebraska, the very facility they built to control costs, was repeatedly flagged for Category 3 Salmonella contamination. This is the USDA's absolute worst safety rating. By building their own chicken empire, Costco managed to cut out the middlemen and keep the price low, but they also created a closed-loop system where the corporation essentially grades its own safety. Homework. When a company fights against federal safety limits just to maintain a $4.99 marketing hook, we have to ask, is the loss leader actually leading us toward a public health crisis? You aren't just buying a cheap dinner. You are participating in a multi-million-dollar experiment in industrial poultry. And if you think the safety of the meat is the only thing being compromised, wait until you see what they've done to the gold standard products you've trusted for decades. There is a silent transformation happening on the labels of their most famous brand, and it's a legal loophole that should leave every parent in America furious. Number 4, label fraud. The quality erosion. Think about the one brand you trust more than any other, the one that sits in your pantry, your medicine cabinet, and your freezer. For years, the Kirkland Signature label was that brand. We were told it was the retail world's best kept secret that the vodka was actually Grey Goose in a different bottle, and the batteries were Duracell in disguise. And for a long time, that trust was earned. But look closer at the labels in 2026. Have you noticed the subtle shift in the dairy aisle? Your favorite Kirkland ice cream may no longer legally be allowed to use that name. Because of the global surge in cocoa and dairy costs, Costco has begun quietly swapping out high-fat milk for dairy solids and thickeners, resulting in a product that must be labeled as frozen dairy dessert. They are betting that your brand loyalty is blind enough to ignore the ingredient list as long as the red and white logo stays the same. This is quality shrinkflation, the practice of keeping the price and the box the same while rotting the product from the inside out. They know you trust the label, so they're using that trust to sell you a cheaper, ultra-processed version of the products you used to love. But the quality of the ingredients isn't the only thing being hollowed out. While you're squinting to read the fine print on a jar of salsa, a new set of eyes is squinting back at you from the entrance, and they are collecting data that you never consented to share. Number 5, the digital border. Biometric surveillance. What if I told you that the friendly warehouse you visit every week is secretly testing a technology that would make a high-security airport look outdated? If you think the receipt checkers at the door are there to catch cashier mistakes, you're only seeing half the picture. In 2025 and 2026, Costco began a massive tech overhaul that turned the warehouse entrance into a high-security checkpoint. While the public story is about cracking down on card sharing, the reality behind the label is the rollout of biometric verification. The new scanners at the door are increasingly equipped with AI-powered face recognition that links your physical identity to your spending habits in real time. They aren't just checking if you have a card. They are tracking your engagement velocity, measuring exactly how long you stand in front of a specific end cap, or how your heart rate might spike during a treasure hunt discovery. Your $60 or $130 membership fee has essentially become a tax you pay to be surveilled. Costco has moved from being a simple warehouse to a data mining operation where the members, not the products, are the true commodity. This surveillance isn't just about security. It's the final piece of a puzzle designed to justify a subscription that many families are actually losing money on every single month. When you do the math on the membership itself, the deals start to look a lot more like a tax. Number 6, the membership trap, broken math. It's time to talk about the brutal math that Costco hopes you never sit down to calculate. Most retailers want your money when you buy a product, but Costco wants your money before you ever step foot inside. Their entire business model is inverted. They don't make their money from selling you toilet paper. They make it from the membership fees. In 2025, those fees were hiked again, with the executive membership reaching $130 a year. Costco earns over $4.8 billion annually just from these fees, meaning the products on the shelves are almost secondary to the subscription. They've sold you. They push the executive upgrade by promising 2% cash back, but the math is a trap for the average family. You need to spend over $3,250 a year just to break even on that extra $65 fee. Most families feel the pressure to earn back their fee, which leads to overbuying and bulk wasting. Studies suggest that up to 20% of bulk food purchases end up in the trash because households simply can't consume it fast enough. Costco wins twice. Once when you pay the fee, and again when you overpurchase to justify that fee. However, even the most loyal executive members don't realize that the price tags themselves are screaming at them, revealing secrets about which products are dying and which are rigged if you know the secret language of the decimals. Number 7, the secret language. Price code, decryption. While the warehouse is designed to confuse you, there are cheat codes hidden on the price tags if you know how to read them. Most shoppers see a price ending in 99 and think nothing of it. But in the world of Costco, the decimals are a secret language. A price ending in 97 is a manager's special, the deepest discount in the store that corporate doesn't want to advertise. A price ending in 0 or 88 usually means the item is a floor model or a return that needs to go immediately. And the most famous of all, the asterisk. If you see a small star in the upper right corner of a price tag, that is the Death Star. It means the item is discontinued and will never be restocked. Costco veterans know that when the Death Star appears, you buy it immediately. But even these codes are being manipulated in 2026. With the introduction of electronic shelf labels, Costco now has the power of dynamic pricing. This means they can change the manager's special in seconds based on how many people are in the store. The treasure hunt is becoming rigged, with the house always holding the cards. But even in a rigged game, there are massive loopholes that Costco's legal team is desperate to keep quiet secrets that allow you to walk past the scanners and get the best deals in the building without ever paying a membership fee. Number 8, the illegal exclusion. Access loopholes. What if I told you that you've been paying for a membership you might not even need? There are certain parts of the Costco experience that are protected by laws so powerful the corporation can't stop you from walking in for free. One of the best kept secrets that Costco desperately hides is that in many states, you don't actually need a membership to access their most valuable services. Because of decades-old laws, Costco cannot legally restrict access to its pharmacy or its alcohol sales in over a dozen states, including California, New York, and Texas. You can walk right past the digital border scanners and tell the employee you are there for the pharmacy. Once inside, you have access to prescription drugs marked up only 15%, while major chains like CVS often mark them up 300% or more. The same applies to the optical department for eye exams. Costco hides these facts because their entire empire relies on the illusion of exclusivity. They want you to believe that the $60 entry fee is the only way to get the deal, when in reality, the most essential services are often free to the public by law. But as these secrets leak out, the atmosphere inside the warehouse is changing. The happy employees we've been told to admire are being caught in the middle of a corporate soap opera that is quietly replacing human faces with cold machines. Number 9, the labor soap opera. Automation vs. humanity. We've all heard that Costco is the good employer, the one that pays a living wage and treats its people like family. But that family is currently going through a very messy divorce. Costco is often praised for paying its workers $24 or $25 an hour, creating a 6% turnover rate that is the envy of the retail world. But as we move into 2026, the labor soap opera behind the scenes is reaching a breaking point. To maintain those high wages and the $1.50 hot dog price, Costco has been aggressively automating its warehouses. The rise of self-checkout and scan-and-go technology isn't just about your convenience. It's about reducing the human friction that costs the company money. Longtime employees, the ones who used to know your name and where the olive oil was hidden, are being replaced by AI gantry arches at the exit. The community feel that Ray Kroc or Jim Sinegal envisioned is being replaced by a cold clinical assembly line. When workers feel like they are being processed alongside the rotisserie chickens, that energy bleeds into the store. You aren't being served anymore, you're being handled. And that brings us to the most uncomfortable truth of all. A truth that suggests the social contract that built Costco wasn't just bent, but intentionally broken to prepare for a future where the customer is no longer a guest, but a data point. Costco survived for decades because of a simple handshake agreement. We'll give you quality and honesty in bulk, and you'll give us your loyalty. But that foundation is crumbling. When a company starts using AI face scanners to track your stress spikes, hides salmonella, reports to keep a chicken at $5, and rots the quality of its own signature brand to save a buck, the trust is officially gone. We are witnessing the end of an era, the death of the honest American warehouse. The golden age of Costco is over. replaced by a corporate giant that uses the nostalgia of a $1.50 hot dog to mask the reality of a membership trap. The question we have to ask ourselves is, what are we actually putting behind the label of our next meal? If we continue to pay for memberships that surveil us and buy food that gambles with our safety, we are telling these corporations that our loyalty is for sale at a discount. It's time to choose community over conglomerates. If you're ready to stop being processed and start being a customer again, I want to see how many of you are with me. If you've officially had enough of the membership trap, go to the comments right now and type canceled. If you've seen these quality drops yourself, type awake. Let's make our voices heard louder than a Saturday morning sample crowd. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join our community as we continue to peel back the labels on corporate America. We deserve better quality, fairer prices, and the truth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next deep dive.